Knocked Loose is playing. Funny that with all the subjects we were just talking about, Knocked Loose.
That cop got knocked loose.
is playing Coachella, Bonnaroo, and more 2023 festivals. What do you guys think about this? You go first.
Well, so I saw an article earlier that Coachella is going to be live streaming everything.
Oh,
so,
They do that.
So we're going to be able to see all these mainstream
No, you're not.
listeners get knocked in
No,
the
you're not.
head.
No, you're not.
You don't think so?
No, because the way that Coachella's done it, they did it. So it was kind of weird because originally, I'm from the Coachella Valley. This is just how I know these things. So originally, they did like a closed circuit stream to the desert. So if you lived in the desert and you went to like local bars, you got to watch Coachella from like a stream. This is back in like 2010, 11, maybe when streaming first started like doing its thing. And so what they're doing now is they're trying to have multiple live stream channels because like if you tune into the Coachella live stream, they just do one camera for each set. So they'll have like, for example, this year they did Vince Staples, right? But then as soon as Vince Staples was done, they cut the camera to another stage. So you don't get to see every artist on every... It's not like you can go and say, oh, I want to watch this artist now and this artist now. You're just kind of at the mercy of whatever the Coachella live stream is. But nonetheless, playing Coachella alone as a metal and or hardcore band or any affiliation is a fucking milestone. Because Coachella and Golden Voice, the promoters for Coachella, are very pop-centric. And it is very rare that you get anybody from a obscure scene, unless it's like dance or indie, do you really get artists like this? And to see them on there is just, it's a tip in the, good for metal, as Rickshaw said.
I mean, it's great for metal, and I always love seeing this. I think Lorna Shore played, didn't they play Coachella or some shit last year? I think after the big Will Ramos explosion, they played a couple of mainstream festivals.
I don't know if they played Coachella, bro.
So, but
bands that have played Coachella have been like Thrice has played. Another scene band that played.
Look it up.
Was Circus Survivors played. The Blood Brothers have played.
The Blood
Brothers played.
Yeah,
Fucking-
dude. Oh, Blood Brothers play Coachella all the time. That's what, like the Pixies. They have weird indie acts,
Right.
But at the drive-in, the Mars Volta, they've played.
Right. Well, but anyways, with what we're talking about, I think maybe there are some other bands.
Oh no,
that
Lorna
deserve
Shore
it.
is playing Bonnaroo. Lorna
Okay.
Shore is doing Bonnaroo
Yeah.
this
Okay.
year.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Knocked Loose. I mean, I get it. And I like some of it, but it just doesn't stick very well whenever I listen to laugh tracks.
Lollapalooza. They played.
Okay, they played Lollapalooza. Whenever I used to be kind of into laugh tracks, but it always ended up me like playing the singles, because if you play the whole record, you start to get lost. You're like, what song am I even on? You know what I mean? Because kind of just every song has the same kind of vibe. But who would you guys choose for your more deserving metal band to play at such a mainstream festival?
Current metal band.
Yeah. I would say someone like Loathe, because they have like a mainstream kind of vibe with some of their songs, and they're still heavy, and they're from the UK, so they've got all the style.
All the style.
They've got all the style.
All
They
the
wear,
style,
they
man.
wear the gold necklaces.
I feel like this band has already played, but Bring Me the Horizon.
No, they haven't.
I think that's an easy crossover
Yeah,
because
that is.
they have
That
the
is.
old
That's
stuff,
true.
the new stuff, and it's that would be the baby steps. I feel like that would be the foot in the door of like, all right, we're gonna have like 4 metal bands on next year.
Yeah.
And then you put Knocked Loose into that 4.
Yeah, this is awfully extreme to just go.
It's
Knocked
one
Loose.
extreme.
Yeah.
It's
Full
one
Knocked Loose,
extreme.
yeah. If I had to pick 2 right now, one off for the sake of just longevity and like reputation, Under Oath. I think if
Oh, yeah,
Under
that's
Oath
true.
played at Coachella, they could, because the bands that they have picked from time to time that have played of that heavier genre, if you will, they pick odd ones that are like specifically heavy. Like Bring Me has both. Bring Me's got death metal and the pop friendly stuff and can kind of play it. So you'd almost expect a new Bring Me to be there, right? But that is a great choice. Bring Me's the obvious one. Under Oath, I think, and then honestly, if I'm going with a new band, kind of like a fresh to the world, but not fresh to the scene, and the world's being introduced to him, probably Spirit Box.
Oh
yeah.
If I'm being current,
Now, Bring Me the Horizon and Knocked Loose just did a tour this last year, and it makes me wonder if that was like because there was another weird, like a rap act or something that was on that tour, and it makes me wonder if that kind of opened the door for some of those listeners.
I'm sure it has, man, because Knocked Loose has been getting weird commercial drops lately. Like,
Yeah.
weird. They're all over the place, you know?
I think it's super weird. Like, imagine Coachella and imagine the crowd and imagine them coming on stage and everyone being like, what?
No, that's because Coachella, what's the desert is a scene place.
Okay.
We used to have Chiodos bands like that played
Okay.
in through there all the time, but like small warehouses and shit. And so there's a huge scene there where I think they're gonna get the pop. But what's weird is that they're almost the cusp of like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be hardcore metal or are you gonna be like that pop punk
I
cross to it? Where I kind of feel like this is the all right, see ya. Knock Loose is on the other side now. Like,
I just see like a bunch of Nepo babies being like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like why are they playing here?
That's
Can we
fair.
talk to the manager? Why is this here? You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, you got to also keep in mind though that Coachella, nobody's really probably on their right mind. Like, it's
Like they're high as fuck.
these high as fuck on a plethora of different jugs. I can tell you, Knock Loose is playing a very small stage. They're probably playing a tent. They're not going to play one of the main stages where they have crazy light shows and crazy like visual displays.
Right.
But nonetheless, they're fucking still playing fucking Coachella and Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo is what kind of trips me out because that's like a toady fucking indie pop festival.
Yeah.
You know, and then again, Lorna Shore doing fucking Lollapalooza. Like, it just shows that regardless of the ideas or misconceptions of metal, there is stuff that's just going to transcend and go over, you know?
Right.
And this is an example of that.
And, you know, I'm not talking shit. You know, I think Knock Loose is a pretty fucking heavy band for
They're
the
fun,
scene.
for sure.
And they're fun, yeah. And the dude's looking at me
And
right
they're still
now.
doing hardcore shows. They're still doing hardcore
Look, the dude's
festivals.
looking at me right now like,
Yeah, he is.
fuck off.
Which
dude.
one, the Asian one or the singer?
No, the singer, dude. They're like, we don't like that. We don't like what you're saying right now. Rick.
I don't like that both of them. I don't like that both of them chose circle framed glasses. Like, that's already
Like two
a
dudes.
unique frame enough. Why are both of you choosing it?
All
Somebody go
right,
square.
Harry Potter and Asian Harry Potter. Get out of here. I'm just kidding, guys. Hey, if you're watching,
Harry Potter?
if you're watching, thank you. Spread the word about us. Don't fight me though, because I'm a nice fellow. But yeah, you want to we moving on?